Hello all, my name is Tyren, though you might know me better as DarthTyren, the creator of the supposedly legendary Party Swap mod. My modding career began about 10 years ago, even though I have nothing more to show for it, save a terrible high-tier items mod that I wish I could remove from my memory. Such is life. Believe it or not, I only just finished my first playthrough of M4-78, so this is a fresh perspective on the current state of the mod, which is in version 1.5, and I want to share why it will probably be my only playthrough. Please keep in mind that I had a rather incomplete experience with M4-78, which could have any number of causes, from straight up bugs to conflicts with other mods, but this experience has greatly colored my perspective on the subject. We'll start with the good. I actually did enjoy most of the main plot, even though it does kind of boil down to go here, learn this, so you can go there, do that, rinse, repeat, vice versa. The idea that these droids were just waiting here for masters who would never arrive, the Sith showing up and claiming the colony for resources, a distraught Jedi deliberately causing a biohazard to be unleashed that killed all Sith in the colony, and now you show up and need to fix it all because that's the only way you'll find the Jedi Master? Great concept. And with exception made to my earlier complaint, the first half of it was presented near perfect. I especially enjoyed the opening segment where I had to play as one of my droids. I chose HK-47. Where this mod failed for me was in presentation, firstly through dialogue. The decidedly not stellar writing aside, sometimes the wrong VO would play for an entry, which made going back and making sense of what was happening more difficult. Some entries had a really pointless delay on them that would cause unnecessary skipping. Some droids had a deliberately glitched out audio design that I'm surprised didn't make my ears bleed, especially since one such instance had a 100% chance to crash my game. And most of the audio splicing didn't work appropriately due to either changing context or dissimilar phonetics. But my biggest gripe was the fluctuations in volume that made audio balancing impossible. Then there was the long walk. 20-minute long linear march to the second Archon. It was a dungeon with no real purpose or heavy consequences. Instead, it served as the only bit of characterization for Ka, right? Yeah, Ka, who afterwards serves no further purpose other than a potential wielder of a MacGuffin. All it really shows is that Ka's overall presence in this mod is completely unnecessary. Which brings me to my biggest complaint. There's no payoff. Vash and Ka both still die, and it turns out that it doesn't really matter who the intended colonists were because they're all apparently dead too. We also don't get to learn of any potential repercussions of the exile being there at all. In the end, I came away with two things I didn't have in previous playthroughs. A lightsaber form that I probably will never use, and a more lore-friendly way to finish up a particular bonus mission. Of course, there were also many bugs. I even found an infinite XP glitch. And the side content is just as hit or miss as the main content in terms of quality. Some will say that I'm being too harsh considering it's a mod, but I say that if a mod requires you to play through it in order to finish the game, assuming it's installed, it deserves the same level of scrutiny as the game in question. The bottom line is, sometimes cut content isn't meant to be restored, and I've determined M4-78 to be one such example. DarthTyren has spoken.